I'm answering another question. I'm going to read you the question. Hello, so here's my situation. I'm starting a lawn care business. I have $6,000 for buying everything I need, but I'm scared I might screw up somewhere. Any tips, suggestions, or pointers? I'm trying to gauge, or rather I'm trying to go huge, just like yourself. All right, so I do have some pointers. I'm going to start by assuming you're doing residential. So you're starting with residential because it's easier to get residential accounts, and just going to assume you don't have an in where you already have some commercial work. So there's three overarching points here that are themes that I want to talk about. One is equipment, two is how do you get the accounts, and three is mindset, like what do you need to be thinking about, okay? So I'm assuming you're doing residential. And so let's start with the equipment. You only have $6,000. It's not a lot of money, but it's enough to get you going. And so your job is to preserve that money. What I don't recommend is that you go out and buy a bunch of equipment. What I recommend is, if possible, depending on the size properties you're going to be serving, just buy a 21-inch mower. Not a Home Depot mower, but not a residential mower is what I'm trying to say, but a commercial grade Toro, Honda, something that's going to hold up and it's going to last. Assuming that you believe in this business and you're really willing to do whatever it takes, go ahead and get the good mower. That's my first suggestion. And then you're going to need a line trimmer or weed eater or stick edger blower. You're going to need a few basic things like that. In terms of hedge trimmers, in terms of additional tools, other types of equipment, don't buy any of it. Unless you've already got a bunch of bush trimming work lined up. Okay, fine, buy that. But that's the point. Don't buy anything you don't need today. Like, your goal, in my opinion, for the next 6 months is buy everything at the last minute. And if you, like, let's say you were to get, this is one of my favorite examples, you get an aeration job, you don't go buy an aerator, you rent an aerator. When you start getting a bunch of aeration jobs, okay, now it might make sense to buy an aerator. You're wanting to put off buying equipment as long as you can, so that you're certain when you buy it, it's not going to sit, that it's going to get used often. Also, as you get out there and you start doing the work, you figure out what you like in this business, you figure out what you don't like, you figure out what kind of work is easy to sell, you'll figure out what kind of equipment you need. The things you think you know right now are going to change. The things you think you want to do, the things that you think will be easy, they're going to turn out to not always be so easy. The things you think are going to be hard, some of those things aren't going to be, you know, as hard as you thought they'd be. My point here is the expectations you have are going to be challenged. And so you might think you need all this stuff now, and you probably won't. And equipment is a perfect example. So just wait till last minute. If you just buy the mower today, and you start mowing lawns, and you get asked to trim bushes in 2 months, go buy a bush trimmers or hedge trimmers. Today I could go buy a pair and be out working this afternoon. I can get them at any time. So I don't have to have those in advance sitting in my garage. So that's one. That'll allow you to save as much money and make as few buying mistakes as possible. Number two, how are you going to get the accounts? So before I tell you how to get the accounts, I recommend you just have an initial goal. You want to go big. You want to build this big thing. That's fantastic. But just have an initial goal. Let's just get $1,000 worth of recurring revenue per month. I mean, that's not much. That's like 5 accounts. If an account pays you $50 a week, I'm just using a mowing example, that's $200 a month. I just need 5 accounts, all right? I don't have to get my pricing perfect on these 5 accounts. I don't have to know exactly what to say. I just don't need to know much to get 5 accounts. But when I've got 5 accounts, I got $1,000 a month coming in, which is going to give you some money to buy more. And I know that's a small amount, but it's going to give you some money to buy more equipment as you need it. But I'm more interested in the fact that with 5 accounts, you're going to start to learn some stuff. You're going to learn how to talk to the client. They're going to ask you questions, and they're going to ask you about a bush or a problem. You're going to have to go back and Google it, figure out what is that bush, what is that problem, what's the solution. You're going to be forced to learn all these things, and with that new knowledge, you can go a little bit faster. So I'm saying have the massive goal of going to millions. I totally believe you should do that. But let's set some small goals. Let's just make $1,000 a month right now. Don't worry about all the other stuff you'd have to do if you were trying to make $100,000 a year right now. Like, all that stuff doesn't matter. The only thing you need to work on and the only activities you need to do are the ones to get you to $1,000 a month. When you hit $1,000 a month, let's have a second goal, okay? What does it now take to get to $1,000 a week? That might mean you need 20 properties that you're mowing every week or something of the sort, all right? So now what are the activities that I have to do to get to $1,000 a week? And if we break it down like that, then we can get there a lot faster, because here's what happens. Really all you need right now is maybe $1,000 a week or $1,000 a month in revenue, but you're saying, I want to be a multi-million-dollar business, so I should get these systems in place, I should document these things, I should start doing this, that, and the other, and you're going to do all these activities that are not even necessary right now or are basically a form of procrastination. Don't do any of that. If all you're thinking about is, what do I have to do to get $1,000 a month in revenue, that so greatly simplifies the activities you have to do. It gets all that other wasted stuff off your plate. Accomplish that, then $1,000 a week. After that, let's set the next goal. You figure out what that is. Now, how do you get these accounts? You could do everything: Facebook, door hangers, direct mail, web, SEO, pay-per-click, on and on and on. Just do a couple. You need a website. It needs to be good, not great, but decent. I could do video after video on that topic alone, but that's your salesperson, because a lot of people are going to look you up at night. They're going to double check you. That's your first step, website, or one of your first steps. Number two, I'd suggest doing door hangers. You can get a good door hanger done, produced and printed for not a lot of money. You can put them out yourself. You have time right now, you don't have money, put the door hangers out yourself. Great, they work if you do them right. So you got to do some research on how do you do door hangers right. If you do it right and you put them out the right time, they absolutely work. Getting to the goal of 5 properties to make $1,000 a week, that's a cakewalk. Or $1,000 a month, that's a cakewalk. Getting to 20 properties using a decent door hanger, cakewalk. That's $1,000 a week. It's not hard whatsoever if you do the door hanger right. So I'm saying all you need is a website. I'd put an estimate form on there if you can, so that they can ask for more information. You need a door hanger. And then if you're really ambitious and brave and you want to go fast, knock on doors. Those are the only 3 things you need. That's it. You can build a $100,000, $200,000 a year business, $300,000 a year business with only those 3 activities. Now, long term, but you don't want this on the plate now. This is not an activity. Long term, you got to get that website ranking in Google. You've got to get into Google Local or My Business Listing or whatever that is that Google now calls it. They keep changing it. You got to do that. Like, I could give you a whole list of things, but simple. Few activities. We just got to get our goal accomplished fast. So, website, it's your salesperson. Door hangers, put them out yourself, make them good. Door knocking, if you're gung-ho, ambitious, and brave, and you want to go fast and be bigger than everybody else, those are your 3 things. That's all you need. Ignore everything else. And then finally, this is the concept I believe screws everyone over. You are version 1 of you right now. Like, you are you personally. Like, you're version 1 of you as the guy running the business. You don't know marketing. You don't know how to hire the right employees. You don't know where to find the right employees. You don't know who the best clients are. You don't know a million things. So you're going to go get some employees. They're not going to go great. It's not going to be perfect. You're going to be unhappy with them. You're going to go do some marketing. It's not all going to work very well. Some things aren't going to work at all. Like, you're going to blow some money and you're going to say, man, marketing doesn't work. Or you're going to say, man, there are no good employees out there. They just don't exist. Or you're going to say, man, this is really hard. I'm not sure this is a good industry. Maybe I should be in window cleaning or power washing or something else. That's what you're going to say to yourself, because you're version 1 of you right now. You're the version that doesn't know anything. But if you are moving in the direction you need to, meaning you're learning, you're reading books, you're watching videos like this, you're listening to podcasts, you're talking to other guys in the business, and you're trying things, and you know mentally that some of those things are not going to go right, but you're trying them, then you're going to become version 2 of you. And version 2 of you can get your business to another level. Version 2 is going to figure out how to make the marketing work. He's going to figure out how to get the right employees. And then there's going to be version 3. And version 3 of you, as you keep learning and trying things and testing things and meeting other people and maybe joining a business group and getting some coaching and paying for some quality information, whatever fits your mindset. Version 3 of you is going to look back and say, geez, I knew nothing. All that stuff I didn't think that would work, or I didn't think you could make a lot of money in this because at first I got beat down. Wow, was I wrong? My point's this: hardly anyone ever becomes version 2 of themselves, and that's why the business sucks. That's why nothing works. That's why they don't think anything works, because they never invested the time to learn all that stuff. That's my 3rd point. You've got to do that. So you've got to, don't spend any more money than you've got to. Do the 3 marketing things I said, and start working right now on learning marketing, hiring employees. Like, start figuring this stuff out so that you can get all the knowledge you need to make this thing go and make it go fast. That's all you need to do right now. Go make $1,000 a month. As soon as you hit that, go make $1,000 a week. you'll be ahead of most people, because most people don't stick with it long enough and they don't learn enough stuff, and so they never make it work. But it's not that hard. You just got to do the 3 things I talked about. So good luck.